Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to your essay writing and presentation skills class again. Today we are to begin with our lecture number 29, in which we are going to discuss different techniques of how you can create different effective visual aids for your presentation skills. So since we are in a process of making you expert presenters and to make you deliver your message in front of your people, in front of your audience effectively, let's see that what kind of visual aids, what kind of effective visual aids you can use to bring in the attention of your audience towards your topic and your subject. So to begin with, let's quickly recap that what we have done in our previous lecture so far. In the previous lecture, we thoroughly discussed the verbal communication skills. Now, verbal communication, as I have told you in the previous lectures as well, that verbal communication has something to do with the words, how you say them. Now, your tone, your pitch, the collection of the words, the kind of the words, the content that you are inserting in your slide, as well as you are uttering through your mouth, are both the categories of verbal communication. We discussed some of the tips to improve your verbal communication skills while you are presenting in front of the audience. We thoroughly discussed the 7 C's of communication, the 7 C's of completeness, clarity, conciseness, comprehensiveness, and so on and so forth. So all of these 7 C's of communication were discussed thoroughly to make sure that you present in a very concise, clear, and courteous way in front of the audience. Then we also discussed that how you can make your verbal communication effective in front of the audience, that how what steps you are supposed to follow to make it understandable and comprehensible by your audience. So to begin with, today our topic of interest in topic of lecture is use of visual aids during your presentations. So visual aids is something that adds to your presentation. Remember, I told you in the previous lecture as well, this the things that I see, I remember, and the things that I only listen, I sometimes forget. So you are supposed to keep in mind that visual aids are important part of many presentations. The most commonly used media are the flip chart and computer-based presentation programs. So in the previous lectures, we have thoroughly discussed that how to make one good PowerPoint presentation. There are so many other ways through which you can learn that how to use visual aids in your presentations. So let's see that the purpose of using visual aids in your presentation, what can that be? The purpose of using visual aids should be, now let me pick up the highlighter to tell you that what exactly I am focusing on, so that you can get to know and you can go on with whatever I am telling you. The purpose of visual aids should be, now we are going to talk about the purpose. Here we go. The purpose of using visual aids should be to support your ideas and improve audience comprehension of your presentation. So you are working on improving the comprehension skills of your audiences. In other way around, or in other words, you can say that your ideas should be clear enough and should be so much improved. They, in fact, visual aids, they support your ideas with such kind of pictures and display that they are going to add to the comprehension of your audience. So the first point that we have learned is the audience comprehension, that visual aids help us present our ideas in front of the audiences to improve their comprehension. It also adds variety to your presentation by giving the audience a break from listening and letting to see something. So in other words, it adds variety to your presentation, that's your participants or your audiences of your presentation get some time to look at the slides and to see that what you have to tell them. To help illustrate complex ideas or concepts and help in reinforcing your ideas. So this is the best illustration. Your visual aids, they provide the best illustration of the complex ideas and concepts which you are to deliver in front of the audience. So if you are only making use of the verbal communication and there is no picture or there is no display to be seen by your audience, that can also create problem for your audience to understand, and they would have to so much focus on whatever you are saying, and they are putting all their efforts to listen to you correctly. So this is how the purpose of visual aids make your the purpose of using the visual aids during your presentation is to enhance the understanding of your audience. Now to move on with, while you are usually submitting a written version of your work, you may also be expected to present it to the class orally. So your presentation skills require you, or they ask you to present verbally in front of the audience. This can be a great opportunity to learn presentation technologies such as posters, PowerPoint or Prezi. So all of these techniques are there which can be used in the presentation, but visual aids is one another thing that can be inserted in posters, PowerPoint or Prezi. So you call these kind of technologies, or you call these kind of techniques which help you deliver your presentation in a very nice way are known as visual aids. So this is what we call visual aid. Any supporting material that you have with you, along with the things that you are presenting in front of the audience, your verbal communication, other than that, the things that are displayed are known as your visual aids. Now you can make visual aids to support your spoken delivery. Now your spoken delivery, or the material that you are talking about and the material that you are sharing with your audiences can be supported with your visual aids, ranging from basic points to the more complex multimedia creations incorporating film clips, pictures, graphics and animations. All of these things can be added into your visuals when we talk about enhancing your audience's understanding towards something. Now, why should we use visual aids? That's one question that would come in your mind while you are trying to understand that why should you use visual aids in your presentation. Now, preparation for your presentation should involve design of any visual aids which help your audience to understand what you are saying. Now, if I am sitting here and I am continuously talking, and if you skip, or if you just omit these slides written in front of you, probably because of the monotonous or the way I am presenting without showing you anything, and the way I am trying to share with you all the thoughts can not be as comprehensible by you as it is when I am showing you the display of the PowerPoint slides. So in other words, the visual aids are usually used, or they usually help you enhance the comprehension of your audience. So your first aim of using visual aids should be the designing of any kind of that visual aid while you are in the process of preparation of your presentation. You must make sure that there should be any visual aid that can be displayed in front of the audiences, and they can understand that what you are talking about. Images and diagrams can convey messages and information which, if spoken, would take longer to explain and be harder to digest. So there are some images. For example, there is one painting that I am trying to elaborate in words. Now if the words are written, you can read them and then you can see that what exactly was made in the picture, because writing process is somewhat different from your spoken or your conversation that you usually do every day. So once you are speaking, or once you are trying to tell to your audiences during your presentation about any image that you want to create in front of them, it becomes difficult for you to create that one image, because sometimes that can be harder for your audience to understand that what you are talking about, and probably they would ask you and they would come up with a lot of questions that can be the bombardment of questions on your shoulder to be answered while you are trying to elaborate any diagram or any image in forms of the words. So images and diagrams cannot be conveyed in words. You have to use one visual aid to be displayed in front of your audience. audience. However, don't assume that you can flash up a diagram and the audience will immediately understand what it means. Now, that does not mean that you simply flash up any, or you simply display any kind of a diagram in front of your audience and they are going to automatically understand that what you are or what this picture is talking about. There are a lot of pictures and some of them can be confusing, so try to make sure that whatsoever display or whatsoever diagram or a picture you are going to display to your audience with the help of PowerPoint slides, try to make sure that your picture is being supported by the verbal communication or is being supported by your elaboration of the picture. Now, as we move on, let's see that audience need time and clear explanations to make sense of the material. So, your audiences, they need a lot of time to understand that what you are talking about. Visual stimuli combined with your oral delivery also make the presentation more memorable. So, any visual stimuli that has been used in your presentation along with the oral delivery, your spoken communication that you are using in your presentation can be more memorable for everyone. So, two things combined. One, your presentation skills, that how you are supposed to present yourself verbally and non-verbally, and then that is when it is going to get combined with the visual aids that you are going to use for your presentation, are going to be very, very helpful and beneficial for your audience. They are also a good way of maintaining your audience's interest and attention. So if you want to develop the interest or if you want to excuse me, or if you want to grab the attention of your audiences towards your subject matter or towards the main topic of or towards the aim of your presentation, so visual aids can prove to be one good tip or one good technique of grabbing the attention of your audiences towards your topic and presentation. Make sure they support and complement what you are saying and not directly repeat, contradict or distract from your speech. So whatever you are presenting in front of them, try to make sure that whatever you are saying should be, or whatever visual aid that you are going to insert in your slide should well support whatever you are orally or you are verbally communicating. Because if the picture or if the diagram or if the graphics or if the visual aids, in other words, are not related to what you are talking about, will not convey your message thoroughly. So you are going to make sure that you are going to not distract your audience's attention towards something else. Your pictures that you are going to select should be related or should be relevant to your topic of presentation. Now, as we move on, let's talk about that what is a visual aid. The main types of visual aids are, now see on the slide, the whiteboards, sometimes the flip charts, overhead projector, PowerPoint or other presentation software, any Adobe or any Photoscape or anything, then videos, props, handouts, postures, and you yourself demonstrating an action or into a role play. So you are an actor while you are presenting anything on the stage. Now there is nothing lie about it, or there is nothing false about it, because you are acting to convey your idea in front of your audience. So this is how, these are some visual aid types that can be used in your presentation easily. Now, which types of visual aid might you use in your next presentation? For example, consider whether PowerPoint is the best way to show a detailed diagram, or would a handout be better? What might you use a flip chart for? So, selecting any medium of or any type of visual aid in your presentation is all your choice. Now you are the better judges that which one you want to choose for your next upcoming presentation, which your teacher has assigned you to deliver in front of the audience. So try to make sure that any medium or any type of visual aid that you are comfortable with, try to use them in your presentation. They can be videos in your presentation, they can be PowerPoint displays, posters, flip charts, any detailed diagram, and so on and so forth. So anything that you are comfortable with, and plus you're supposed to also keep in mind that all those things which you feel are relevant to your topic should be added in your presentation. No irrelevant details, because they are only going to distract the attention of your audiences. Now, just to give you one example, if you opt for choosing posters in your presentation, these can be made on the PowerPoint or Microsoft Word. So any medium that you use for making down the presentation or making down the poster for your presentation can be chosen. First of all, they are not difficult to design. You can have, or would find a lot of templates on Microsoft Office and then PowerPoint again. So before you decide to make one, check how you will get it printed, because getting the poster printed is one costly thing, and all of you of course cannot, all of us cannot afford that. So try to make sure that what and how you will get it printed, as that can be expensive if you have to pay a printer. So they can be very expensive if there is no funding available, or if you have to get them printed yourself. So for every kind of visual aid that you are using, try to make sure and try to see all the upcoming things that can that you are supposed to keep in mind while making your, or while selecting visual aids for your presentation. Now, what makes an effective PowerPoint presentation? You will probably have your own ideas about this. So think about how you feel about PowerPoint as a member of the audience and list good and poor techniques. So for choosing any effective PowerPoint presentation visual aid, you are the better judge, and the things that I have mentioned, that what are the visual aids and what are the types of visual aids, you should better choose that what kind of a visual aid you are going to choose for your upcoming presentation. Now here are some highlights, common pitfalls and techniques for making the most of powerful PowerPoint, including aspect using as PowerPoint as a script sometimes, designing accessible visual aids, effective diagrams and graphs, and referencing. We will watch the sample presentation at the end, that how to make one good presentation and how your presentation can carry different visual aids to support your main topic sentence. Now, while using your visual aids, there are some suggestions for making some effective use of your carefully designed aids. Now, whatsoever type of visual aid you have selected for your presentation, there are some suggestions that you can follow to see that your presentation is carefully designed. Now, first thing that you are supposed to keep in mind is to be careful not to stand in front and obscure the view of your audience. Now that you have selected, maybe you have selected the PowerPoint slides as a visual aid to present for your topic. Now try to make sure that you are not standing in front of the slides, because that is going to create problems for your audiences to see that what is behind you and what is written on the slide. Or maybe if you are showing them any picture and you stand right in front of them, so audience might have to excuse you to get aside because they want to see the display of your picture. So don't make an impression that you don't know that you are supposed to stand aside. You are supposed to make sure that you stand aside while giving way to your audience to see that how what is drawn on the slide or what is written on the slide for them. Now, the second thing that you are supposed to keep in mind while making use of your visual aids is that you should avoid reading from the large projector screen, as this means that you are directly reading from the slides, and maybe sometimes you stand right in front of your screen to read it, and your audiences get this obscuring eye contact and reducing projection of your voice. So this is going to be not a very good idea while you choose for using your visual aids effectively. Now, if you are supposed to read, even if you want to read from the slides, try to make sure that you are reading from your laptop screen that is right in front of you. So do not turn your back towards your visual aid. Try to face audiences directly as they are sitting right in front of you. Now, try making brief notes or index cards, including any details like dates, statistics, or names that you need to get right. No one will expect you to speak without an aid memoir. So you are supposed to, keep the brief notes, indexes, cards, as I've told you earlier, that there is one printing command on while you are taking the prints of the presentation. You would find this one printing command of taking the handouts of your presentation presentation, and you can better take 6 handouts per page. Your page is of A4 size. Now once you are going to cut them, that would hardly be of this size. Let me make it for you so that you can understand that what size that would be. That would be almost of this size. So there would be a material written on it that would be automatically printed from your PowerPoint slides. So you can make sure that while you are keeping these cards in your hand, while these cards and these slips are in your hand, you can keep the record of, or you can keep the track of brief notes. You can also keep the record of the indexes cards, also keep the record of dates, statistics, and so on, because of course you are a human being and you cannot remember anything since already you are so much panicked and so much nervous about your presentation. So these are the few things that you can keep in mind to make your presentation look better to your audience. Be sure to interact with the information on your visual aid by pointing to the specific points or parts of the diagram. Now that you are using the visual aids and you want to draw your attention towards the specific points of your diagram, try to see that how do you do that. This helps the audience to make links between your speech and detail on the visual aids. Now as I am underlining, now try to link these two things. As I am underlining the content and I am also talking to you, so this is going to help you see that what exactly I am talking about. In other words, if you point towards thing or with the help of your finger or maybe with the help of any medium scale stick or something like that towards the object that is displayed in your visual aid right in front of your audience, you would be making it for your convenience, or that would be a great point for you that your audience is able to understand what you are talking about, and they can link your speech and your diagram together. Now the fifth point that you are supposed to keep in mind while using your visual aids is think about what you want to want the audience to do with any handouts that you are giving out to them. Now your handouts coming that can also be used as one visual aids that is to be given to your audiences. So if they need them during the session, hand them out when necessary. So whenever you feel that you are supposed to give these handouts to your audiences, sometimes these presenters bring their these brochures or pamphlets and flyers with them. So try to see that what time you want to give or hand over these handouts, brochures, pamphlets and flyers to your audiences, because if they are for future reference, consider handing them out at the end to avoid them causing distraction. Advise the audience of what you plan to do. Now as you are giving these handouts to your audiences during the presentation, also guide them that why are you giving these handouts to them, because once you will give these kind of visual aids, handouts, pamphlets, flyers, and so on, brochures, so they would your audience would start automatically looking at them and they would not listen to what you are saying. So before you hand over these supporting material or these visual aids to your audiences, keep in mind that you are not going to give them just like that. Before you distribute them, try to tell them that these handouts are for this purpose, and I want you to see this thing in it, so that they can get to know that what exact thing they are supposed to do with the handout. And if they are supposed to be kept for the future references, maybe you are giving the printed material of the slides that you had been using to to present in front of the audience. You can, maybe if you want to give them those slides, or maybe there is any related handout that you want them to read after your presentation that is related to your presentation. So try to make sure that you do it at the end, because if you are going to do it in the middle of presentation, maybe in the beginning of presentation, your audiences might read that article or might be busy in reading that very so paper and they won't listen to you carefully. Now there are some contingency plans that you are supposed to make for your visual aids, any kind of the visual aids out of the types that I have told you, any kind of PowerPoint presentation, video, any diagrams to be shown, any flip charts to be used, any banners, any posters, any brochures, any pamphlets, anything that you are using for your presentation. For using those visual aids, try to make sure that you have kept in mind the contingencies plans, the backup plan for your presentation and for your visual aids. Whenever you use technology in the presentation, you run the risk of technical problem. Now using of this technology is another one use of visual aids. Maybe sometimes you use media clips, maybe sometimes you want to show them some pictures, maybe anything like that. Maybe if you have hyperlinked your presentation, so that can also be another technology. You can reduce the risk of this impacting on your presentation by making sure you have your PowerPoint presentation saved in a few formats. Now your PowerPoint presentation should be saved in a few formats: memory stick, CD, or email to an easily accessible email account that you can access from anywhere. So try to make sure that while using technology in your presentation, you have this contingency plan with you, so that you are not going to panic in front of the audience that what went wrong with my presentation. Prepare an overhead projector, transparencies or handouts in case technical issues mean that you can't use the computer or a projector. Now since there can be the energy crisis, or there can be electricity problems in the country, so try to make sure that the overhead transparencies that you are using in the handouts that you are bringing in your presentation, maybe you have brought one handout and you want to get it photocopied for 30 people, and the photocopy machine is not working. So try to make sure that you do it beforehand, because appearing in any kind of the situation where you are supposed to present in front of the number of, or in front of the group of people, can embarrass you a lot. So try to stick to this point, that you are supposed to prepare overhead transparencies or handouts in case technical issues are there while you want to deliver your presentation in front of the audience. If you want to show a website, you should use screen captures rather than risking going online. So sometimes the audiences, or sometimes the internet facility is not working at the place where you go for presenting your topic. So you are supposed to keep in mind that instead of taking this risk of going online, try to make sure that you capture some images from internet. Any website that you want to show them, try to capture the image of that website, so that you don't have to panic in front of the audience while everything goes wrong and you go nervous till the unsuccessful end of your presentation. Make sure all the hardware and software you need will be available, like speakers, access to internet, multimedia software, spare bulb if you are using an overhead projector, and so on and so forth. Practice with let's also underline hardware and software. Practice with any multimedia ideally in the venue you are presenting in. So your practice counts a lot when it comes to presenting with the help of visual aids, PowerPoint presentations, any video that you want to show to your audience. If you are trying to show any video to your audience, try to make sure that there are speakers available, so that everyone can hear what is going on in there. So this is how these contingencies plans can be kept in mind while you are there to present your presentation with the help of visual aids. Be aware that PowerPoint presentations created on Apple Mac operating system may not be compatible with the PC or laptop, so that you are required to present on. You may need to check this compatibility beforehand, because if you are on the spot of your presentation, and if there are only 5 minutes to go with your presentation, and the one person who is trying to fix the system for you tells you that your system is not compatible with my system, so it can create problems for you. So try to make sure that whatever PowerPoint presentation you are making should be compatible with the original system that is available at the presentation site. Now there are 10 tips for using visual aids. Now let's see that how you can use them. Tip number 1. Now this is your tip number 1, like this. Plan your presentations before creating the visual aids. Now planning is very important even before you plan for creating the visual aids. Know what you want the audience to do as a result of hearing your presentation. Now you should focus on the result. Then figure out what they need to know to do what you want them to do. Now whatever you want them to do after seeing your presentation or after listening to your presentation, you should be clear in that. Remember, we are planning for the presentation. Then create a simple outline that logically and clearly develops your main points. So outlining is another important thing that you should do. Finally, create visual aids to support your message. Now that you have selected the topic for your presentation, now that you have selected and you have already worked on that, how to target your audiences towards what are you going to make, and how you can bring them to the point, or how you can deliver them the point. Once that you have created the whole outline, you are going to get or find those available visual aids that can be available online, or that can be available to you in the form of a kind of a model to be displayed, any poster, anything that you want to display, and try to make them related to each other. Now the point number 2 is to use the visual aids sparingly. So your number 2 point is the use of visual aids sparingly. They are aids to use to your presentation. Now these are aids which are additional or complementary element to your presentation, not its sum as a substance, but not as a whole. Now they are supporting your points, whatever you are delivering in the presentation, but they are not, or they cannot stand on their own. Use them to highlight and support your key points. So they can either support or they can either highlight your point, whatever you want to make about the topic of your presentation. Now tip number 3 is to make them visible to the entire audience. Now this visibility is very important once you talk in terms of using these visual aids for your audiences. Projecting an image people can't see is a senseless, and speaking so softly people can't hear it. Now the image which people can't see, or speaking so softly that people cannot hear. Now that your voice is dull and people cannot listen to you, and you are presenting in front of them, is as same as showing them any image that people cannot see. So any blurred up images or any images that are not clear should not be added up in your presentation. So try to bring in those images that are related and that are visible for your presentation. Now your point number 4 is to talk to the audience, not to the aid. Now that you are displaying the aid or the visual aid to your audience, try to make sure that you are talking to the audiences, not to the visual aid or any diagram or any picture that you are displaying in front of them. Now for this, you are supposed to look at the audience at least 80% of the time, of the total time. Avoid turning your back to the audience. This is going to help you see that how you can talk to the audience instead of talking to the aid. Now if I turn my back towards the slide, that is going to give an impression that I am talking to the aid. I start talking that if you see that you are supposed to talk to the aid instead of talking to the people, or remember that you are talking to the audience, not to the aid. Do you understand anything? Does it give you an impression that I am not talking to you and I am talking to the slide? Yes, because you should have this maximum of the eye contact with the audiences. You are supposed to see your slides very less. Another thumb rule that I have shared with you already, that if you want to read from the slides, try to make sure that you have any multimedia available right in front of you. So this is how you can make use of talking to the audiences, not to the visual aid that you are displaying in front of them. Now the 5th point that is to be kept in mind for using visual aids during your presentation is to avoid the laser pointers. Now there are laser pointers available through which you can tip and you can switch them on, and then you can display it on the PowerPoint slide to make sure that your audiences can see where you are tapping at and where you are pointing. But your aid should be so clear that your audience can easily follow along. use your hand if necessary. Sometimes if the light of the laser pointer is not very strong to be seen by your audiences, try to make sure that you instead use your hand and pinpoint towards them with your finger. If you absolutely have to use a pointer, set it down after you are finished. Holding onto it will only encourage you to use it for every point on every slide. So try to make sure that you would have to use that very laser pointer to refer to every point that you are elaborating, and every time you would have to switch it on and then switch it off. So that's going to be a fatigue for you to do while you are using the visual aids. Now point number 6 is that explain the content of the aid should be thoroughly explained before you show it to your audience. For example, I told you in the beginning that if you are to distribute the handouts, try to make sure that you are going to tell your audience that what these handouts are all about and what exactly they are supposed to do with them. Then you distribute those handouts to your audiences. So try to make sure that whatever visual aids you are going to give or you are going to show to your audience, elaborate its function beforehand. As soon as you show people an object, they will look at it, even if you are talking about something else. So for example, if you are while elaborating any other point, you start picking up anything that you want to show to them and their attention moves towards it. Try to make sure that you announce the product or you announce the object first, and then you try to you explain the object first, and then you try to display it, or you try to show it off to the people later. Don't make them divide their attention by showing them one product and then one object and you are talking about something else. Now talking about your point number 7, when you finish with the aid, remove it, cover it, or turn it off. So once you are done with showing any kind of visual aid to your audiences, try to make sure that once you have shown them, for example, if I wanted to show this object, I've shown you and I've thoroughly talked about it with you and I've shared whatever I had to comment on it. If I wanted to show its parts, I've shown you. Then I remove it. I just turn it off, or I cover it with something so that you cannot see it anymore. So this is how otherwise the audience's attention will be towards anything that you wanted to make one point at one stage, and then you have moved on, but they are looking at the object that is there in front of them. So try to make sure that whatever object that you want to use, or whatever kind of the aid that you want to display in front of the audience, should be quickly removed as you have already elaborated that thing in front of them. When using PowerPoint, now for using PowerPoint, of course you cannot remove the slide. However, you can turn it off by pressing the key B. Now if I press the key, this B for ball, so if I press the key B, my screen went blank. So this is what you are supposed to do. And how to bring it back to the situation, what you are supposed to do, you can press any key randomly. So I am going to press any key randomly, and my display of the slide, it came back. So this is how you can make use of your aids, by telling your audiences that once you have displayed anything to your audiences, you can later remove it, or you can hide it from your audiences, so that their attention is going to be towards them, not towards the object of that you are going to display. Now your point number 8 would be that you are going to limit the amount of material or any one aid. Now your point number 8 is that you should limit the amount of material on any one aid. Whatever explanation you want to deliver to your audience, try to make sure that every slide if you are making use of the PowerPoint presentation, as I have told you earlier that there are thumb rules that you are supposed to do, every new slide should carry one point only. That can be elaborated, that can be explained, that can be illustrated with the help of your words. So try to make sure, as I am currently I am sharing each and every point by point, starting from number 1 point to number 8 point, on every separate style, on every separate slide, as to make sure you can understand them better. As we are moving, I'm trying to explain each of the point one by one, so you are supposed to do it during your presentations too. Now your point number 9 is to avoid clip art from unknown sources. So try to make sure that you are not going to insert any clip art from any unknown sources that you don't know of. It's almost always boring and it's somewhat ununderstandable. So do use images, graphs and charts whenever possible and appropriate. So this clip art should be avoided to be inserted in your presentation, because sometimes these clip arts kind of things, they are not relevant to the material that you are presenting. Instead of it, insert pictures, give the statistical graphs and give charts if you want to elaborate them about anything. Now moving on to your point number 10, that is the last point to be remembered while you are using the visual aids. Be prepared to give your presentation without your visual aids, because sometimes as Murphy's law also said that if anything has to go wrong, it will. So try to make sure that also prepare your presentation without the visual aid. For example, if you are making use of the visual aid like PowerPoint and if there is no electricity available, what to do? So try to make sure that you practice your presentation with the help of the visual aid that you want to show it to your audience, and without it also. It applies in spades to anything involving technology and an audience. Have a backup plan in case something goes wrong. So this backup plan is you are going to arrange for the backup plan that you are going to get prepared from both angles. Take a hard copy of your slides if you feel that there won't be any material available, or there won't be any kind of slides to be displayed, and there would not be any generator or UPS system to bring back the electricity to the current situation. So these were the 10 tips that we were talking about about using the visual aids in your presentation. Now let's learn about the visual aids with the help of one example that I have chosen from you, and I have downloaded that from the internet, of which you can also see the reference at the end of the presentation. And I am going to make sure that you learn everything from this example that I am trying to tell you. Basically, the example also displays that how to use visual aids during your presentation. So let's see that what this example has to tell you about the visual aids. Now, designing and using presentation aids, it is required by every good presenter whosoever is going to present on the stage. Now there are some learning objectives of this very slideshow that I am running. After watching this slideshow, students will be able to discuss 5 ways in which presentation aids help communicate ideas to an audience. So students, they are going to learn that how these presentation visual aids can be helpful for them. You will be able to describe the use of 3-dimensional presentation aids. Just like a teacher like me, some teacher would have made this presentation to tell his or her pupil that how they can make use of the visual aids for their upcoming presentations. So I just like we are teachers, and I am your course instructor. I am trying to guide you towards something. So what this tutor would have done for his students. Students will be able to identify ways of producing and using 2-dimensional visual aids. Students will be able to discuss the uses of presentation aids. Students will be able to identify guidelines for developing visual presentation aids. Students will be able to identify guidelines for using the presentation aids. So you are going to see that how you can develop and how you can use visual aids for your presentations effectively. So to begin with, there are 5 reasons presentations are needed. Visual aids are needed, or these visual aids should be used for making your presentation look good. Now, first of all, presentation aids enhance understanding. So this visual aid is going to help you enhance your understanding towards any particular topic or towards any particular point that you want to draw in front of your audience. Of the 5 senses, more is learned visually than the senses combined. Of all the senses, more is learned visually. of all the senses, more is learned visually than all the senses combined. So your visual scenario or the things that you see, that has got the lasting impression on you as compared to the other senses that are there. Because of TV viewing habits, audiences are visually oriented. So you are accustomed to, or you are so much used to these visual aids because you are so much fond of watching television, you are so much fond of watching these series of your lectures. So these visual aids are really very important. So you must try to make sure that these visual aids are used in your presentation thoroughly, as to enhance the understanding of your audiences, as to deliver your point of view to the audiences, and to make sure that how well they can understand any point on which you want to elaborate or drag their or bring in their attention towards. Now presentation aids enhance your memory. So another thing, they also add to your memory set once you are trying to bring in visual aids that are related to your main topic. Presentation aids help listeners organize ideas. So another thing, along with the memory, that thing is gone into their memory. Another thing that can be of a good step or of a good posture towards your audiences is that they can organize their thoughts better. Presentation aids help gain and maintain attention. So another thing that can be one good reason for using these visual aids in the presentation is that you can grab the attention of the audiences towards your presentation. Presentation aids help illustrate and sequence of events or procedures. So any illustrations, any events or any procedures can be displayed in front of audiences through the help of these visual aids. So this is how there are these good reasons for using these visual aids. So these 5 reasons for understanding, memory enhancing, organizing ideas, attention and illustrations are those good ideas which are there while we say that we want to produce the good presentation. So this is what our main focus is. Moving on to the category 1 of the presentation aids. Now let's see that what does this category has to talk about. The first thing that we come across is the actual objects. Now let me pick up the highlighter so that we can highlight it so that you can see it better. Now these actual objects from your everyday life are going to be one great help while you are trying to show your audience, or while you want to display anything in front of the audience. They add listener interest because they are tangible, they are real, and they can be touched, smelled and tasted as well as seen. So see, actual objects, if you bring them to the situation, they are more tangible, they are more real, and you can even touch them. For example, if I want to deliver my presentation on the mouse of the presentation, what I can do is I can bring in one mouse, and if I want to tell them the different parts of the mouse, I can display it in front of them so that they can and I can also give my audience to take it in the hand and see that how it looks like. So what impression that would give them, that they can touch it, they can even feel it, they can see it from every aspect. So it is tangible, it is real, and it can be touched, it can be smelled also, it can be tasted. Not, you cannot bite it, but it can be seen by everyone. So this is how you can use these kind of actual objects in your presentation while you want to bring in any visual aid for your presentation. The next thing is models. Now any model of for example, your presentation has to talk about the digestive system of the frog, or maybe your presentation has to talk about any particular novel that you want to that is the topic of your presentation. So what you can do is that you can bring in that very novel in your presentation, or you can actually, if you are, that is related to your frog dissection, you can bring in one frog in your presentation, and during your presentation you try to give them the practical demonstration of that how to dissect a frog. So this is how any real thing, any real model gives you an impression of that how your audiences can be interested in your presentation. Now, number 3 of the visual aid that falls in the first category is the people who can serve as excellent presentation aids. The speaker is his or her or own his own best presentation aid. The speaker is his or her own best presentation aid. So, whatsoever speaker you are, you yourself are the best representation or the best presentation of your topic. So, people themselves, any real object, any actual objects and the models that you bring in for your presentation fall in the category number 1 of your presentation. Now, category 2 has got a lot of different aids. For example, starting up with the example number 1, that is drawings, which are common two-dimensional presentation aids. For example, drawings are common two-dimensional presentation aids. So these drawings can be used, or they can be bring into the situation of your presentation to elaborate your point of view towards your audiences. Photographs can be excellent presentation aids. So next type of category 2 is the photographs. Slides can serve as visual purpose well provided you have a projector and screen. So your slides of your PowerPoint slides, they can also be of one good display to your audience while you talk about the visual aids in category 2. Maps, graphs, charts, flip charts, whiteboards, overhead transparencies, computer generated presentation aids such as images, words, charts, graph designs, videos, pictures, all of them, they fall in category 2, where you have the margin of making your audiences see something in front of the screen. So these drawings, these photographs, these slides, maps, graphs, charts, flip charts, anything that you want to bring into the situation has something, or that can also enhance the understanding of your audiences thoroughly. Now, moving on to the next slide, these audio visual aids have graduated in place of passively instructing or entertaining us. Now, these audio visual aids, these videos and these audios can also be of one best tool that fall in our category 3 of our presentations. So these videos and audio clips are allowed in presentations with the following criteria. All video and audio clips must be 30 seconds or less. So try to make sure that these audio or video clips should not be more than 30 seconds of your whole presentation time. All video and audio clips must be appropriate in content, so their appropriateness or their relevance is more important. Audio clips must be clearly heard by all audience members. Video clips must be clearly seen and heard by all audience members. So your audio clips should be properly heard and your video clips should be clearly seen by your audiences. Now, moving on to the next slide. Keep this thing in mind, that when designing your presentation aids, allow plenty of time to prepare your presentation aids. The first thing that you are supposed to remember and you are supposed to keep in mind is to keep the time limit or the time frame in your mind. Make it easy to see. Now that should be visible for everyone. Keep sights and sounds simple, so that this simplicity is again an important thing while you talk about displaying your presentation in front of the audience. Group related elements into visual aids. So group all the related elements or all the related pictures or all the related display into one visual aid. Establish a consistent graphic theme. So there should be one graphic theme that should go on along the whole presentation. Throughout the presentation. Choose a typeface with a care. So this typeface should be picked up with the great care. Vary font sizes with care. So font analysis should also be there. Use color and create a mode of sustained attention. So this color combination of your presentation should be used according to any type of presentation that you want to deliver. Use black and white effectively, as you must have seen that all of the lectures were in black and white, so you are going to also focus on them. Don't detract from the messages, so don't divert or don't digress from the messages that you are delivering to your audiences. Now it brings us to the end of today's lecture. I hope you have enjoyed learning about using visual aids during your presentations and what kind of or how different types of visual aids can be used in your presentations thoroughly. So we have learned that what are visual aids and why should we use them in in our presentations, because they try to or they add to our presentation and they enhance the understanding of our audiences. Now we have also learned about the purposes of the visual aids, and we have also discussed some of the tips that can be used as making the use of your visual aids in your presentation. Then we have also talked about some contingency plans which are supposed to be kept in mind while you intend to or while you plan to deliver your presentation in front of the audience. We have discussed one good example of designing and using visual aids in your presentation. So that was all for today. I hope you have learned a lot from this, that how you are supposed to use these visual aids from in your presentation. Here is a list of references from where the material was all being downloaded. In the end, I'll show you one slideshow of the presentation through which you can see that how you can create and you can make one good presentation. With that, I sign off from here. I wish you a very good luck for making one good presentation that carries all good visual aids in your presentations. With that, take good care of yourself. Allah Hafiz. What makes an effective PowerPoint presentation? Avoid using PowerPoint as a script. Although your visuals are a useful aid memoir for you, you need to consider your audience's needs when you are designing them. Don't use PowerPoint as a script. This often results in slides being overloaded by text, which is too dense and too small for the audience to easily read. Ideally, font size should be 24 points and above. The audience can read faster than you can speak, so if you are reading directly from your slides, they will be ahead of you and wondering why you did not just email them a copy of your slides. As you are preparing your PowerPoint presentation, think about how it relates to what you are saying and what you intend the audience to learn from each slide. As you are presenting, draw their attention to the relevant information on the slide. Proofread to check spelling and grammar. Proofread careful to avoid spelling mistakes and incorrect grammar. Font and transition. If you use a small font, your audience won't be able to read what you have written. Capitalize only when necessary. It is difficult to read. Don't use complicated, distracting transitions. Don't use a complicated font. Stick to sans serif fonts without twiddles like Arial, Veranda, and Thwama. Using color. Using a font color that does not contrast with the background and color is hard to read. Using color for decoration is distracting and annoying. Using a different color for each point is unnecessary. Using a different color for secondary points is also necessary. Trying to be creative can also be bad for you. Using images. Explain your use of images. Random images that have no obvious relationship to what you are saying are distracting. Do you need sound effects too? Related to background. Avoid backgrounds that are distracting or difficult to read from. Always be consistent with the background that you use. Avoid using PowerPoint for small and intricate diagrams. This would be better given as a handout. Now look at the picture. PowerPoint is ideal for presenting complex diagrams in stages. Now if you see the arrows, it tells you the clear function of the basal ganglia. Here is the slide to show how you can write your references in MLS style and include full references at the end of your every presentation that you are making. All notes relating to each slide below that slide, like this example, and print them out by choosing the Note Pages option from the Print dialog box. You can then use these notes to practice your presentation. You might use screen captures instead of accessing the internet during the presentation. Thank you.